Put your eyes back in your head.
Popped out like flavor. What?
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to try my best to kind of give the pleasantries, the introduction to the best way I can because I'm kind of irritated today. So, for what that means, you guys know what that means for Madmike Sports. You know what that means, how I get down. It's like, you know what that means. So, when Mad Mike's irritated, you guys pretty much get a treat. So I'm very irritated right now. Extremely irritated. I've kind of held tight for quite some time now. I've had a chance to look at quite a few things in regards to how people are talking about our Atlanta Falcons, our quarterbacks, our team, our organization, how they have laughed. And just the takes in itself is so disrespectful because it's based on your feelings and not facts. And the funny thing is other teams have they have a lot of problems. And it's really pissing me off. So, yeah. So, one of the things that I want to kind of get into, man, Calvin, how you doing? Bucks Rays, Tin Can, what's going on? Xavier, Georgia, Texas boy. Appreciate everybody for joining me this morning. And like I said, very irritated. So you guys are going to definitely get a treat this morning. So, so first of all, I want to say this. I've seen it. I've seen what guys have said about the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. Want to give a shout out to Dan Orlovsky for him being honest. Him, one of the few people that I've seen on ESPN, and I do not watch. I try my best to stay clear, far, and clear my paths in regards to ESPN. I start to stay far away because it's become such a lower extremity sucking contest. It's ridiculous. Anybody's out here whoring themselves for $40 on ESPN. If you're on ESPN, you're doing it for $40. Yeah, out here twerking like Megan Thee Stallion if you're on ESPN. So I try my best to stay away from it. But some of the takes and some of the things that I've seen just from so many analysts, it's sad, it's ridiculous, it's ignorant, it's stupid, it's based on a lot of bullshit. Like you would think that people would the access of knowledge and the access of information that they would do their fucking homework before they open their fucking mouth. You would think former football players will learn to get the fuck out of their feelings before they start opening their fucking mouth. And it's quite a shame, to be honest, because one of these guys I actually did like. I did. Where he came from, where he started, where he came from, to where we see now, it's disgusting. He should be ashamed of his fucking self. Like the team that you guys are rooting for, the team that you played for, like you don't have the same energy and the same sentiment for those teams. The Denver Broncos, the Baltimore Ravens, like you don't have this same energy in regards to this team. You don't have the same energy in regards to that bitch that you call a Shanahan. You don't have that same energy when he repeatedly does the same stupid shit over and over again. We see this shit year after year after year with Shanahan, but that bitch on the nightcap has the motherfucking gall, the unmitigated gall to sit up here and say the Atlanta Falcons are an organization that can't get out of their own way, that the Atlanta Falcons are a team that doesn't make sense. Are you fucking kidding me? You just gave Brandon Ayuk $120 million and he's a fourth fucking option on your team. Who's the organization that's fucking retarded? Who's the organization that gave Jimmy Garoppolo $120 million? Who's the organization that damn near led one of the best defensive teams that I've seen in recent years during that time? Most of those guys walk away because you didn't want to pay them. Who's the organization that led some of the great defensive minds and coaches, including Harbaugh, because you bitches didn't want to get out of your way? But more importantly, who in the blue hell allows a coach to lose the game the same fucking way time and time again, and you got a nerve to say that the Atlanta Falcons and the moves that they make don't make no fucking sense? Who got the unmitigated gall to let the national media tell you how to run your organization because they got in their feelings about Colin Kaepernick wanted to take a knee for what? Yeah. Black civil rights. You have the fucking nerve to sit up here and say something about our Atlanta Falcons team when you don't have the fucking guts to stand up for what's right. San Francisco 49ers, and fuck any 49ers fan that has anything to say about this. I dare you motherfuckers to say something. Now all of a sudden you want to have black head coaches, black this and black that, while the Atlanta Falcons and and the Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the only gutsy fucking organizations in the NFL that are willing to hire black coaches, black general managers, and have a coaching staff that damn near, if you look at Raheem coaching staff, so many African Americans on that staff is ridiculous. But you motherfuckers have the fucking nerve to sit up here and try to say something about our Atlanta Falcons and all these punk, weak ass content creators that allow these some bitches to come on their show and go on other people's show, not just on their own show, but come share the stage with people that go out of their way and say some of the most illogical, disrespectful, and pure ignorant statements about our Atlanta Falcons. You just sit there with a Coke and a fucking smile while they telling untruths about our Atlanta Falcons team, that Arthur Blank is one of the worst owners in sports. You guys have the fucking nerve to sit up here and say this about our Atlanta, one of the only organizations in the fucking NFL that has a general manager and a head coach that are black. And to add to that, defensive coordinator that's ironically black. But y'all want to sit up here and say the Atlanta Falcons are not doing what they need to do. You got the fucking nerve to sit up here and say something about that. But more importantly, let me get to this bitch Stephen A. Smith. The guy that is ironically from New York. New York, New York. This gun is from New York, but somehow he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. This sellout, all right, this sellout, who sees his New York Knicks lose year after year after year after year after year after year after year the exact same way, and still somehow you're not clowning them motherfuckers like you clown the Dallas Cowboys. You got some fucking nerve to sit up here and try to clown the Dallas Cowboys when your New York Knicks are the absolute lock. We talking about laughing stock. They're a laughing stock of sports. That organization is a laughing stock of sports. You got some nerve to sit up here and mention that one, say anything about the Atlanta Falcons, and Dan Orlovsky saying the Atlanta Falcons are a Super Bowl team. You shouldn't even be talking about championships, okay? You of all people haven't seen the NBA championship in New York for how long now? Anybody want to take a wild guess how long it's been the championship in New York with them damn Knicks? They've been getting their ass kicked since the 80s. But you got the damn nerve to sit up here and talk about the Atlanta Falcons and laugh at the Atlanta Falcons? Are you kidding me, bro? When Trae Young made you bitches in New York cry, spit, and throw at them because your team sucked, you said he was soft when he sit there and put a 50 piece on you? When he single-handedly turned you to a fucking joke? You got the nerve to sit up here and say something about the Atlanta Falcons, that they are an organization that can't be trusted? Are you freaking kidding me, bro? You of all people got the freaking nerve to sit up here and say anything about the Atlanta Falcons. It's disgusting, people. It's disgusting. Now, you always heard me say about the Atlanta Falcons that, I don't like making predictions because I think predictions are silly, especially in the beginning of the season before we played a single game. I think it's silly. I think it's ignorant. I think it's, I think it's more so said for people that want to gamble. You played not one game in the NFL, but you want to make predictions. Nah. But the hug your damn dick to death was a little bit of that pants you got on. My bad, I'm talking to my nephew, y'all. He getting ready to go back to school, y'all. Go to school. So sorry about that. So yeah, we doing some housekeeping over here, y'all. Doing some housekeeping over here. Uncle Mike had to do his thing. So but it's disgusting to see when we talk about how disrespectful the sports media is when it comes down to the state of Georgia. You bitches did the same thing to Georgia. Okay, let's keep this real. Let's keep this real. Georgia went back to back, and there's hardly anything on ESPN that says Georgia is the school. And when we talk about one of the organizations and the programs, the programs in college football that every player wants to go. Every player wants to go. A lot of young kids from high school, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially if you're an offensive lineman, a running back, a wide receiver. Heck, it's getting to a point where every quarterback wants to go to Georgia. So you telling me there's nothing that ESPN can say about a two-time back-to-back champion? Are you fucking kidding me? And no disrespect to the Dun, because I love them to death, and Michigan deserved their time in the spotlight. But it's more shit about Michigan on ESPN than two-time national champion. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the shit that why Madmike Sports fucking exists, because these bitches from ESPN, these bitches on Fox, they do not respect the state of Georgia. And if they say, oh, it's about winning. No, it's about you hating motherfuckers that refuse to respect people from the South. That's what it fucking come down. The people in the South were smarter, were more physical. We made money better than y'all because guess what? We hustlers. We come from the gutter. We come from the ground. And that's why you bitches don't like to respect the state of Georgia. You don't like to respect the South. That's what you really afraid of. It's fucking disgusting to sit up here and see a two-time national champion barely get airtime when they won back-to-back. The first year, nothing. Y'all said, oh, they can't get over the hump of Alabama. Well, kick their ass. Still got no media time. Well, won again. Oh, still barely got bad time. Oh, the Atlanta Braves, they won the World Series. Yeah, y'all had them on TV a couple of times. In fact, guess what happens to Ronald Acuna? Yeah, y'all tried to bar that man. Y'all tried to ban him. Even though he's one of the young players in baseball that helped revolutionize and made the game exciting again. You motherfuckers tried to tell him that he's not representative of Major League Baseball because he's not traditional. Yeah, he likes to have fun. He likes to run. He likes to use poses and make it a little bit more, like I said, make it a little bit more exciting. But you motherfuckers hated Ronald Acuna from the very beginning. Atlanta United, yeah, they're not gonna do anything about that. So I understand that. So when it come down to Dan Orlovsky saying that the Atlanta Falcons are Super Bowl contenders, it's like things have to go the right way, in my opinion. I told you guys this is what has to happen in regards to the Atlanta Falcons if they are a Super Bowl. You gotta get after the quarterback. Okay? You gotta get turnovers. This is something that we said on the heavy hitters with Jew Talk Sports. The Falcons have to improve not only getting after the quarterback and getting sacks and having a guy like Matthew Judon on that edge, he has to continuously do what he does well, and that's, get sacks, get pressures, lead the league in pressures. He's one of those guys you look at pressures, he's near the top. He's a top 3, top 5, easy top 5 guy on the edge. So that's what he does well. Matthew Judon is that guy. So he has to consistently do that. On top of the fact, you got to get turnovers. And this is why you brought in a guy like Justin Simmons. You have to bring in a guy like Justin Simmons. You got to bring in a guy. Obviously, you brought in a guy like Jesse Bates, and Jesse has done his thing. And he continues to do his thing. But at the end of the day, man, it's like these are the things that the Falcons have done. You whined and cried. You call the Atlanta Falcons every name in the fucking book. This is the shit too. And this punk ass Stephen A. Smith, he was one of the main ones that was getting 1,000 billion fucking views on the Atlanta Falcons, talking shit about them and why they you should have went after. This is why you're a losing organization because you didn't go after Lamar Jackson. What fucking hypocrite! And this is why that bitch Shannon Sharp, because he's turning into a bitch because he's getting so much attention right now. He's turning into a bitch, and I can't stand his fucking guts right now because he's such a attention-seeking whore right now. He's turning exactly into Stephen A. Smith. It's to the point where they had a joke. Okay, they had a moment in on First Take where Stephen A. Smith was talking about Shannon Sharp. Now he's not even driving himself to work no more. He got a fucking driver. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? You so goddamn corny now, Shannon Sharp, that you can't even drive yourself to work. Stephen A. Smith is driving himself to work, but you can't even. You're so stuck up right now, and you're so into the attention and the fame and you can't even drive yourself to work again. Like, are you fucking kidding me, yo? But that's not the reason why I'm pissed off with Shannon Sharp. It's that shit that they said about Lamar Jackson. They talk crap about Arthur Blank, and Terry Fontenot. They didn't want to win. That they did not want to win because they didn't bring in a quarterback. Well, the Atlanta Falcons brought in 2 quarterbacks. Y'all said Desmond Ridder ain't it. Well, they traded him away. So they've been doing everything that y'all said that they did not want to do to win, and that still is not making you guys happy. So it's to the point now where it's, look, you gotta tell them get their nuts out. Like, come on, can the Falcons have their nuts back? Because everything they do or don't do, y'all gonna have something. Y'all gonna have a problem with it. You're never going to be happy with anything the Atlanta Falcons do. And then when they do something well, nobody wants to give them credit. Lamar Jackson is the ultimate fucking loser. He is exactly he's the definition of regular season quarterback. He's literally the definition of regular season quarterback. He run around like a fucking chicken with his head cut off during the regular season. Out here losing weight when he out here throwing 3 interceptions, throwing for 200 yards in the damn game, and he 18 for 35. But he want to lose weight and run faster. Say, oh, that's what's wrong with my game. I look slow. No, you look fucking stupid. You suck as a fucking quarterback. That's what the fuck ever happened. Not, he was too fat. Your answer to getting your ass kicked again and not making it to a Super Bowl when you're a two-time MVP is to lose fucking weight. Shannon Sharp and you instead of telling the truth about this shit, you stay quiet. You stay quiet. You went out of your way to smash and destroy the Atlanta Falcons every chance that they get when they didn't live up to your expectation. And that son of a bitch in Baltimore, who's a fucking loser, because that's exactly what he is. He's a fucking loser. Lamar Jackson is a fucking loser. He's a fake ass Mike Vick wannabe. And I even hate to say it, but I prefer to have Cam Newton any day over fucking Lamar Jackson. It's disgusting to see these guys who talk so much shit about the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, Stephen A. Smith. Oh my God. Oh, he says so much about how the Falcons were stupid for not bringing in Justin Fields. And now he sees Justin Fields up close and personal, and you hear him get quiet again. I wonder why he hasn't said much about Justin Fields and how great of a quarterback he is, how great of a generational talent he is. If you put talent around him, he'd be so great. Well, they have talent in Pittsburgh, and guess what? We're gonna see. So I don't want to hear that he doesn't have a wide receiver, he doesn't have a running game, he don't have a defense, he doesn't have a offensive line. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear any of these freaking excuses about Lamar about how he's 10 times better than Russell Wilson. Ironically, y'all said he was better than Russell Wilson, and he couldn't even beat out Russell Wilson. We up here drawing up packages for Justin Fields. The same guy that y'all said he would make the Atlanta Falcons that much better. Guess what? He can't even make the Pittsburgh team that much better. We seeing him out here running, throwing the ball to goddamn Goliath and shit. He up here throwing goddamn 18-foot passes and shit. But we're supposed to be a laughing stock because Dan Orlovsky said the Atlanta Falcons are a Super Bowl contender. He personally believes that the Atlanta Falcons are a Super Bowl contender. When you look at this roster, how many teams can say that they have two all-pro safeties? And Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons. How many teams did they say, can the Pittsburgh Steelers say they have a Justin Simmons? Probably so. One guy. Can Pittsburgh Steelers say they have a Jesse Bates and Jesse Simmons? Jesse Bates? No, they can't. Can Pittsburgh say that they have a shut-down corner like AJ Terrell? Absolutely not. They can't say that. They can't say they have three very good defensive backs on their team. But somehow Dan Orlovsky saying the Atlanta Falcons are Super Bowl contenders, especially if they stay healthy, especially if they do what they do. They can't. Can Pittsburgh say outside of TJ Watt that they have a Grady year, David Onyemata, and Matthew Judon? No, they can't. But somehow the Atlanta Falcons are a laughing stock. Somehow the Atlanta Falcons aren't capable of making it to the Super Bowl if everything goes well with the defense. They stay healthy. Offense stay healthy for the most part, Kirk Cousins. But somehow it's beyond the Atlanta Falcons when you clearly look at the Pittsburgh Steelers roster, you look at the Atlanta Falcons roster, and you say, all right, the Falcons clearly have a better roster. So these are the things that really piss me off is because we have these stupid ass fans that say the same shit. And a lot of fans they don't say the same. Let me apologize for that. A lot of the fans they still stuck in PTSD mode, but they call themselves real fans because they always in PTSD. They want I don't know, Mike, man. Oh, we done spent $100 million. We spent $100 million, $200 million in the offseason, man. Arthur Blank need to do, man. He need to spend money, man. We need better players. Well, he did that, and you still whining. Oh, fuck out of here, okay? I don't want to hear this bullshit because it's fucking bullshit. Okay, this is fucking bullshit. This shit right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This cockamamie ass bullshit right here is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Because they still disrespecting Georgia. Two-time national champion back to back, and you up here talking about the national media. Oh, the media, they respect Georgia. No, the fuck they won, and they have not. But let an Alabama clip come on, they'll be paying that bitch to sun up to sundown. Let LeBron James or Steph Curry highlight come on. They'll be playing that bitch. Oh my God, LeBron is the greatest of all time. Steph is the greatest of all time. Oh Jesus, oh Lord, yeah. They be busting all on themselves for them too. But I'm supposed to sit up here with a straight face and say because we lost 28-3. But that's the reason why the national media don't respect us? Bull crap. The fuck out of here. The Falcons weren't getting respect like that even before 28-3 happened. They weren't even playing the Atlanta Falcons before they even reached the Super Bowl. They came that same fucking year in 2016. Guess where they had the Falcons ranked? 5-11. So I'm supposed to sit up here and think that 28-3 because you lost a Super Bowl 28-3? That you deserve respect? You like you don't deserve respect? Get the fuck out of here. How many times have we seen the Patriots get their ass destroyed? Okay, it ain't nothing more embarrassing in football going 16-0 just to get your ass kicked in the Super Bowl. Get the fuck, man, please get out of here with that nonsense. You had one of the greatest offenses of all time, and then you get to a Super Bowl and can't score. Yeah. But I'm supposed to believe that the Atlanta Falcons, because it's 28-3, that the Atlanta Falcons don't deserve respect because, they lost 28-3. It was one of the biggest comebacks in Super Bowl history. $28-3 has more effect on Atlanta Falcons fans than it does the media because the media have seen the glory. Okay, don't sit up here and tell me that the Atlanta Falcons don't deserve respect when the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a fucking Super Bowl in damn near 30 years. 27 years, this son of a bitch has been spending over $100 million, $200 million every fucking year just to fucking lose. But I'm supposed to think that the Atlanta Falcons, because they didn't win a Super Bowl, that ironically, that son of a gun in San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan clearly gave away. But I'm supposed to think that that's the reason why they disrespect the Atlanta Falcons? Please. If you think that shit was embarrassing, speak your piece. They ain't got shit else to say to you. Going 16-0, getting your ass kicked by Eli Manning, okay? The same guy that everybody say he's overrated and he's not this, he's not that. You got your ass kicked by Eli Manning twice, but I'm supposed to think that was the most embarrassing loss of all time. You went 16-0 and got your ass kicked by Eli Manning, but I'm supposed to think that's the most embarrassing. Man, please. Billy, how you doing, sir? I Guthrie Lopez, Steelers, excuse me, Steelers Falcons. Now I don't do predictions, but I will do scores. Um, I can say it's probably be somewhere between, like, I think it'll be like 24-16 Atlanta Falcons. I just don't think the Steelers offense. These guys have not played together yet. Russ is a veteran quarterback, so he'll be able to do some things as far as his run is concerned. They'll have some packages for Justin Fields to run around like a chicken. They'll put him at running back. They'll have some in around, some RPO, goofy shit. So they'll probably run the ball well. Until the Falcons defense kind of get going as far as the run defense and all those guys playing together and get that game plan. So I'm thinking 24-16 Atlanta Falcons. I didn't like the Penix pick after Cousins, but stepping back, I understand this team too good not to have a good number two. It wasn't about, see, for me, both of these guys, I understood why the Atlanta Falcons went after Kirk Cousins. If you look at Kirk Cousins for what he was, when the league had Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and all those guys, he was a mid-tier quarterback during that time. Okay, and I think that's the thing. Myself and other fans, they only look at Kirk Cousins as a mid-tier because of what he, how he played and who he played with. He was a mid-tier quarterback in that particular era. So that's always going to be etched in my mind, that Kirk Cousins, because I'm comparing him to a Matt Ryan. It's damn near impossible to not compare him to a Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, because he played in that era. And he put up some damn good numbers. Those are very good numbers. There's a lot of Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame right now that has his numbers. But when you compare him to the Peyton Mannings and all those guys, it's like, yeah, he's not that. He's good, but he's not great. And I think that's the thing when I first saw Kirk Cousins, that's one of the things. So I wouldn't have paid him $40, $50 million. Falcons did. They did for 1 year, and for the most part, it's gonna go down. But the Atlanta Falcons did the right thing by paying the most experienced quarterback in the NFL right now. Look, there's a dying breed, and I've been telling you guys this for quite some time, that the quarterback position is a dying breed because coaches, they're teaching guys how to run, and it's something that coach even talked about. They teaching these guys how to run a what? Playbook rather than run a scheme. They're teaching guys how to run their playbook rather than run a scheme, and that's the problem with it. Teach a guy how to run a scheme, how to attack the 3-4, how to attack the 4-3, how to attack, 3-3-5, and all these different pack the nickel defense, like dime, like you teach these guys how to attack a scheme, blitz, pressure, zone. Like you teach these guys how to do these things, and they're not teaching these guys how to actually attack these things. They're teaching guys how to attack, how to run their playbook. And that's why you're seeing so many quarterbacks struggling, is because they're not teaching these guys actually how to play the game of football, how to read a defense. They're not teaching these guys that anymore. So when it all comes down to it, you know, I love what the Atlanta Falcons did with Kirk Cousins, because he's one of the most experienced guys in the NFL. And the most experienced guys in this particular NFL, with all this money going around, they're going to get paid. I don't have to like it. In regards to Michael Penix, man, you look at him, he's the most prepared quarterback in that draft. He's the most NFL prepared quarterback in that draft. He gets the ball out of his hand quick. He can go through his progressions, his confidence. He still got a ways to go as far as going through his progressions, but he's the most ready quarterback in terms of going through his progressions and reading the defense than any of these quarterbacks in it. So that's why the Atlanta Falcons drafted him, because you got to look at the quarterbacks and the players in this particular draft and what's to come. He's the most ready. So the Falcons, if you look at a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of teams right now, man, they hurting for quarterbacks. You got guys like Jacoby Brissett, who's, and no disrespect to him, because he's a starting quarterback. I don't think he's a quarterback that you're going to keep him in all, 16, 17 games. I'm not doing it with Jacoby Brissett. He's not that type of quarterback for me, but right now he's an NFL starter for the Patriots. Not a lot of good quarterbacks in the league anymore. So the Atlanta Falcons did exactly, seemed like they was, definitely thinking about it. What's so bad? What's so good about Caleb? Somebody tell me that right now. Okay, somebody tell me what's so good about Caleb. Yeah, instead of listening to ESPN, you tell me right now what's so good about Caleb Williams. Yeah, tell me what's so good about Sweet Thing. Okay, tell me what's so good about him. Because I can tell you, he ran real fast and he allegedly looks like Patrick Mahomes, which is the most disgusting and despicable shit I've ever heard. This man out here giving fucking heart shapes to his offensive lineman, heart shaped necklaces and shit to his, like, what, man, are you kidding me, bro? Tell me what's so special about it. Let me keep it on the field, okay? Tell me what's so special about Caleb. I really want to know. Tell me what's so special about him, because I have not seen. I seen this dude play bad and he head straight to the goddamn sideline, put his head in his hands and start crying on live TV. And I'm supposed to believe that he's Patrick Mahomes reincarnated? Are you freaking kidding me? If a motherfucker throw if a quarterback rolls out and throws the ball deep 40 yards down the field, resembling Patrick Mahomes, everybody say, "Oh my God, he's the next Patrick Mahomes." Are you fucking kidding me? Sweet thing got here with whole like you giving hearts to your fucking offensive lineman. Look, bro. You're not finna give me no heart, nothing. Okay, that's just me. Thanks, appreciate the gesture. I love you, but bro, don't give me no heart shaped shit. I don't want no heart shaped stuff for no man. Okay, I'm not even taking that from my dad. I'm looking at my dad like, all right, bro, why'd you give me this heart? Nah, ain't happening. That's just me. Maybe I was raised differently. I really want to know, Kenny. But he looks like you can win with him. I mean, we don't know that. This is preseason. Stop letting ESPN and the national media gas y'all up. This man has not played a single game against number one teams and number one defenders. But we're saying he look like he's gonna be able to win. How do we know he's gonna be better than Justin Fields? Now, if this is your personal opinion, then you know what I'm saying. I can deal with that. But to say this guy like you can win with him, we don't even know that. I don't even know if the Atlanta Falcons would be able to win with Michael Penix. We got to see. We got to see what he does against first teams. We got to see what he does against real defenses and live defenses and game plans. Like, are we kidding me? This man up here he rolling out to the right, running just like every other quarterback. How many times how many quarterbacks in the NFL have we seen do that? Jalen Hurts, Michael Vick, Cam Newton, Patrick Mahomes. We seen all this, but when Caleb Williams does, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. We seen Colin Kaepernick do the exact same thing. Man, are you fucking like no, bro? You're not finna give me no damn doll heart and whatever the hell it was. Man, please. He looks like he can get wins. Again, you don't know that for sure. He didn't win in college, so what makes you think he's a winner now? He didn't win in college. So what makes you think he's a winner now? See, these are the things why, especially myself, I get a lot of hate because of this. The quarterback position. I take my time out. Like anybody know, not only have I played the position, I've studied this position ever since I was 13 years old. Been studying this position forever. There's very few people in the game that could tell you more about that quarterback position and other quarterbacks who can really break down the thing that I've broken down. Very few people. Check out a guy like Ryan Michael on Twitter. He's another one of those guys. Brilliant when it comes down to breaking down the quarterback position. Check out JT O'Sullivan. He's one of those guys that I love to watch. Brilliant when it comes down to breaking that quarterback position down. But we got to stop putting these guys on pedestals before you even proving anything. What the fuck does he look like he can win? Motherfuckers say I look like Russell Gage, but am I Russell Gage? Nah, okay? I'm on fucking YouTube. He's an NFL player. Caleb is different quarterback than Fields and Hurts. Caleb is a little bit more polished as far as a quarterback that's able to go through his progressions. That's one thing that Fields never learned how to do, and it's biting him to this day. I've said this when the Falcons were one of those teams that people thought he was going to come. He wanted to become a Falcon, but this is one of the reasons why the Atlanta Falcons did not draft him, because he never learned how to go through his progression. Now, Caleb can do that. I think he's a little bit more of a refined quarterback than Justin Fields, so you might see a little bit more accuracy and consistency from him. But until that actually happens, you can't say, oh, he looks like a winner. You know how many rappers look like money and you find out the motherfuckers are broke? The Game is one of them. He looked like money, but that motherfucker broke. Then your boy Tyrese just say he look, you think it was real jewelry and he been wearing fake jewelry all this time? Like, you can look like you can look like you good. You can look like you a great running back, but are you really that good? Oh, the bitch Tank in here. Excuse me, I'm being rude. Tanky Poo. Hey, Tanky Poo is in here. Everybody say hey to Tanky Poo. I know he still got his head tucked in Justin Fields' butthole, so he might not be able to hear my message right now. So I'll say hey to Tanky Poo. I'll take Caleb over. Of course you is. Cause that nigga running. Any nigga that run, you gonna take it. This man ain't seen Caleb Williams or Michael Penix. Michael Penix actually was a better quarterback in college than Caleb Williams, but he said he'll take him over there. You see what I'm saying? Like it's that run, Negro run syndrome that we always talk about. Everybody say, I'll take him over there, but you can't tell me why. Tell me why you'll take Caleb Williams over Michael Penix. Because in every category, Michael Penix destroys Caleb Williams. Size, yards, touchdowns. The dude can run. He can do all that. So even statistically, look at his numbers and his athleticism, Mike Penix is better than him. So tell me why that you'll take him over there. I want to know. Come on, Tanky Poo. Get your head. I mean, go and clean your ears and clean your head and wash your hair, because I know you had a busy night. How you doing, Sonya? How long till Pitt starts? It really depends. It depends on what the Atlanta Falcons do defensively. If they're going to bring back, if the Falcons are, this is how I see it. If the Atlanta Falcons win the Super Bowl, it's going to be a 1 year. Falcons win the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins out of here. The Falcons pretty much restructure the team. They start over. They get rid of a lot of old veteran guys and start building around Pitts and Drake London, Bijan Robinson, a lot of young guys on the defense side of the ball. Kurt is out of here. Kurt probably even retired. So if the Falcons win the Super Bowl, I believe Kirk Cousins is out of here. But I think it's going to be 2 years before we actually see Michael Penix as the starter for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't see Kirk Cousins playing 3 years with the Atlanta Falcons. 3 to 4 years. I think it's going to be a 2-year deal. 24, 25 season. Then 26, we're going to see Kirk. You're going to see Michael Penix in 2020. Yeah. So I don't think it'll be long. I think it's going to be 2 years we see Michael Penix. So and CJ Stroud, look, he showed that he could potentially be, the future star of the league. To be honest, he's shown that, but it's still consistent. You got to give me 3 years in a row. Me personally, I say 4 years in a row for a quarterback to be even categorized as an elite quarterback. Got to give me 4 years. Got to give me 4 years of consistency before I start talking about, you're an elite quarterback. Now, he's shown the ability to be a good quarterback in the regular season, but what are things going to look like without their offensive coordinator? What are things going to look like when teams know how to game plan against you? Can you lead a team without wide receivers? Can you lead a team without a running game? Can you lead a team without a consistent passing game, pass block, and an offensive line? Like, can you do all these things? These are still question marks in regards to CJ Stroud. So he's done it in the first year, but it's all about consistency. We've seen so many quarterbacks have one good year and these guys fall off. Joe Flacco is another one of those guys. Started. We seeing right now with who? Deshaun Watson was one of those guys. The Falcons were one of them teams that the media and the fans laughed at. They should have did this and they should have did that. And he fell off. Oh, Tanky Poo still ain't said what he likes. Come on, Tanky Poo. Mike, you have no idea. Tell me why you like Michael Penix. Why you like Caleb over Michael Penix. What does Caleb do better than Michael Penix? Dave, what's going on, brother? This man up here is a fan of a running back who didn't even throw more yards than Desmond Ritter, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Make that make sense. This man is a Justin Fields fan. Chicago Bears line him up at running back. But I don't know what I'm talking about. Boy. Share the light. How you doing? Come on, Tanky Poo. Don't run. I mean, you can type some insults real fast. You can type them insults real fast. But when he asks you to actually use that little brain to think, he can't think. Come on, Tanky Poo. You low on gas down there? Or you trying to clean up? Which one is it? Mark, what's going on, brother? All I'm asking, I'm not saying he's right or wrong in regards to Caleb, because we don't know yet. Neither of these guys have played. But tell me why. A lot of people love to say a lot of dumb shit, but nobody can tell you exactly why. Tell me why Caleb is better than Michael Penix. Because if you look at the stats, you look at the film, Michael Penix clearly has the better accuracy. He clearly has the better arm. He clearly is the better athlete. He's clearly all of that. Michael Penix can run if he chose to. He chose to be a quarterback, though. He chose to be a quarterback because guess what? He got hurt and he was like, nah, got to change my game. So he got smart. He didn't do the Cam Newton thing and try to run niggas over for 8 years straight and then wondering why he can't throw the ball. Okay? Oh, I know. He getting that encyclopedia. He probably scouring the internets, try to see what somebody else said about Caleb so he can say, oh, this is my idea. I know how it works. Caleb is more accurate than Penix. Okay. All right. So he said he's more accurate. So y'all want to go to the numbers? Michael Penix Jr.'s stats. Okay. Yeah, he said he's more accurate. 65, 36, and 11 interceptions, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 23, 31 and 8. Yeah. I mean, he plays in the RPO system just the same, but yeah, pretty much the exact same numbers. 64, 66, 68, 45, 36, 42, 5, 35. And another thing, those guys kind of play in two different schemes, to be honest. Yeah, they run a lot of RPO at Washington, but he throws a lot of they kind of throw a lot of deep balls down there. That's why you have Ron Madonze, I think it's Jalen Polk, his name. You got Jalen Polk, and then have the tight end. So they've had quite a few guys in that offense that are deep threats. So it's a different type of offense when you look at Washington offense and look at the USC offense. But Caleb is like I said, he's a good prospect. Don't get me wrong, but he says he's more accurate. He can move in the pocket better. I mean, what does moving in the pocket accomplish? Because I actually agree with he can move in the pocket better. But what does that accomplish? You still got to throw the ball. You still have to make sure these guys you can actually score, make plays, do all these things. I believe he can move in the pocket, but the thing with Michael Penix, he doesn't. The Washington don't call for him to do it. Like you even saw in the championship game where they really didn't move. And one of the things that I say about Mike Penix that he has to work on is I think he has to learn to get off of his second and third options a little better. Now, his thing is with Michael Penix. I think Penix, his strengths that he reads the defense quickly. He's very good at reading the defense quickly. So he can read the safeties, read the corners, read the linebackers. He's very good at reading immediately. But I think the thing is with him coming off those thirds and coming off the third and the fourth, when he has time, that's why I think he struggles a bit. because he wants to get the ball out of his hand quick, and he doesn't necessarily. Michael Penix doesn't respond well to a lot of pressure, but that's most quarterbacks. They don't respond well to immediate pressure. Now he struggled like a mug against Michigan because Michigan, they were sending the house at him. So he doesn't respond well, Michael Penix, to pressure. Caleb Williams doesn't respond well to pressure. And the things with Caleb Williams, you have to have wide receivers around him. You have to have playmakers around him because he's one of those guys. He's small in stature. He's not small, but he's not a very big guy, if that makes sense. Especially with a lot of these defensive ends and whatnot. Yeah, especially with these defensive end, man. Like I think Michael Penix, his stature bodes well, better than a Caleb Williams as far as his stature is concerned. But again, with those injuries, that's a question. But and if you go back, look at last year with Caleb Williams, he struggled with accuracy in his offense. When he lost a few weapons, he did not. He wasn't the same guy. So that's another thing with Caleb. A lot of teams kind of took advantage of the fact that they was getting pressure on him, and Caleb didn't respond well. But when he's hot, I can say that when he's hot, he's fun to watch. And now Corey get fired. And Corey, he is a USC fan. Caleb has nothing over Penix. If anything, they're equal. And like I said, I do believe that he can move in the pocket a little better. But like I said, the thing with Penix, they didn't really call him to do that a lot at Washington. And when they did, he can scramble. I think that's the thing with him. With a lot of injuries, he just understood that I can't be moving around like that. A lot of injuries to quarterbacks happen when they're scrambling. That's why most people, and this is why guys like Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, these guys play for so long because they don't scramble, they don't move. Bad things to quarterbacks happen when they're scrambling. Why? It's because defensive players know when you out of that box, you're no longer protected. So when you're no longer protected, yeah, you get your block knocked off. And that's why guys like Josh Allen, they get hit. Cam Newton, they get hit. Michael Vick, they get hit. Like these guys get hit and they got hurt a lot. It's because they're no longer protected outside that box. So if Caleb does with him, if they ask him to be a quarterback rather than be Justin Fields reincarnated, I don't think he's going to be long. Now I think he'll be the first 4,000. I think he's going to be the first. I can say that. He stay healthy. They keep those playmakers around him. He'll throw for 4,000 yards easily in the NFL with them. This is the most excited non-football Falcons friends I've excited since. Yeah, like I said, this year, man, it just feels different. It's just a different energy with the team for me personally. No, that's not. Tank, I need you to clean your ears out, bro. Where are you hearing it from? I bet your head is big as a fucking tank because clearly your ass got this pea, the brain size of a pea. God damn, who the fuck told you this? That's not why he. That's not why. It's $100 million. Why he's not playing? He's one of these fans that make up narratives in his own head and don't read and don't listen to what people actually say. It's because they have this guy in Kirk Cousins who's thrown and who's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and in the last 7 years or so. That's why he's not playing. You don't pay a man $150 million, $140 million to sit on the bench for a young quarterback. Like, that's just ignorant. Tanky. Good God almighty. Just be glad. Who the fuck scared of Caleb? His man ain't played. Look, these quarterbacks have not played a single game. Who says that Caleb or Michael Penix is going to be good? He couldn't even. Who was scared of Caleb Williams in college? He was on the damn sideline crying against college teams. So if y'all have not already, check out Mark Chaney, spells exactly how you see it right now. His channel have quite a few Falcons fans and other guys that creators and journalists that comes on his channel. So check him out. Fairly new content creator, done some other things, writing and whatnot. So check him out. Bleach Report. So check him out also. Jaden Daniels, one of those guys, if Dan Quinn don't tell him to stop running around, he's going to be hurt in 5 years. He already has a small frame, excellent arm. His accuracy has always been his issue, but he has to kind of calm down a lot of running because, one, his frame, he's going to have to pick up a few pounds, to be honest. That's my opinion, because I would much rather him be a quarterback than a mobile quarterback who's going to run a lot. Yeah, I want him to kind of learn the position first. But I do like Jaden. Honestly, I think Jaden has a higher ceiling than Caleb. I think he's a better quarterback than Caleb, from what I've seen. And to be honest, I think Bo Nix is another one of those guys. He's going to be a pleasant surprise in the NFL. But I told y'all that, but nobody listens to me. But So, like I said, man, look, Tanky Poo, he can't read, y'all. Okay? He can only copy and paste, so don't pay him too much time. Don't pay him too much mind, y'all. So, like I said before, man, Jaden, what's going on, pimping? But I mean, look, I think when I look at Caleb Williams as a quarterback, I just don't see the hype. I don't see the hype. He's a very good quarterback. He has a high ceiling, but all this shit that we talking about Patrick Mahomes, he's not Patrick Mahomes. Okay, he's not. He plays in the system. Y'all need to look in the system where he plays. He's Kyler Murray 2.0. Okay, a lot of those guys plays in the system where they're going to get a lot of numbers and they're going to get a lot of yards. But are these quarterbacks actually very good for the NFL? Now, the reason why he has the potential to be a very good is because how the NFL has kind of catered their rules and the passing game, and we're starting to see the RPO and the spread offenses being pretty much at the forefront of football. When Brandon Ayuk can get $30 million for being a fifth option on his own team, quarterbacks are going to get their numbers. But what has Caleb actually won? I mean, besides sitting on the sidelines crying and hugging his mama, oh, mama, I lost. Oh, mama, I lost. Yeah, it was a few times last year that Caleb was the reason why they lost. But we're not going to talk about that. A guy like Patrick Mahomes actually comes back. Y'all seen him win a couple of games against some bullshit ass team and said, yeah, he's a comeback king. Like, who? Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, because I saw those same games. I've seen every quarterback. And like I said, Caleb does indeed has a high ceiling, but I think Jaden Daniels, I think Bo Nix, those guys, their skill fits the NFL better. And with proper coaching, especially with a guy like Bo Nix that's going to be with a guy like Sean Payton, yeah. Think he's going to be good if he just stops the turnover. But everything is predicated on turnovers. That man said the only negative. All right, yeah, we're gonna leave Tanky Poo to his fetish. Okay, he got to work on his how he deals with adversity. Pink just got to work on staying healthy. No, I mean, look, there's no such thing as like let's get this straight. Just because you have an injury history doesn't mean you're not gonna have a good career. Guys, if you look at a Peyton Manning, you look at Matt Ryan, you look at Tom Brady, those guys have had some devastating injuries. Shoulder injuries, both knees being reconstructed. Peyton Manning had neck injuries like Drew Brees before he even got to New Orleans. Like his shoulder was pretty much done. So just because a guy come in the league with injury issue doesn't mean it's going to be a problem for him. Because we got some fully healthy quarterbacks for the most part, and they suck. So just because a guy quote unquote have injury issues, don't mean that it's going to hinder their career. That's why the quarterback position is one of the most unique positions out there, because even with injuries, guys should be able to use their ability to throw, read, leadership to be great quarterbacks. That's what make quarterbacks, not your athleticism. Because Dan Marino had 18,000 pads on, looking like a goddamn samurai. He looked like a samurai warrior out there. And he's regarded as the greatest quarterback of all time. So I don't want to hear nothing about Michael Penix, his injury issues. His injury issue is a huge question mark. It's something that you prefer with your quarterbacks not to be hurt, but just because a guy has a long list of injuries, I mean, look at Cam. If you look at guys like Michael Vick, like those guys had a lot of injury issues. Steve McNair is another one of those guys, a lot of injury issues. Donovan McNabb is another one of those guys. Like all the best quarterbacks have had injury issues. Phillip Rivers has had shoulder issues. Like, bro, just because guys have an injury coming into the league doesn't mean that's going to kill their career. That's why you have to learn how to be a quarterback, because these injuries are going to happen with all players. So you got to be able to read and learn the position. Matt Ryan, see this is Tanky Poo. See, did I tell you that boy got tank? That boy head is size of a goddamn ant. Okay, Matt Ryan came in the league with torn ACL. Like this, see this dude right here, and then he had a shoulder injury where he had to kind of get um done during I forget what year. I think it was around 2012. Somewhere 2012, 2013, where he had a shoulder issue. So, Tanky Poo, you got to get smart, dude, or learn how to read, or learn how to use the internet. It's your friend, sir. Yeah, that's because he missed no game because of his toughness, but he had issues. He's had injury issues. He came in the league with issues. Learn how to listen, Tanky. No, that's not. Tom Brady even had he had a lot of issues. I mean, if you just go look at Tom Brady's latest interviews, he's telling you guys that he had injury issues. But a lot of the things he got done in the off season, and that's the reason why he had his a private I forget the guy's name, but he had a private doctor slash personal trainer that he trained with in the off season to help it get his body work. So quarterbacks get hurt and have these issues all the time. The thing is, a lot of time it isn't season ended, but they get a lot of issues. So you got to get smart, Tank. Okay, use the dictionary to learn new words. Use the internet. Okay, and look at the long list of injuries quarterbacks have had. So again, got to get smart, y'all. Yes, he had a MCL. He had that big ass brace on his knee. Matt Ryan had the same brace on his knee. Drew Brees, he played his last couple of seasons with a torn uh uh what was it? I think it was like a torn ligament in his shoulder, UC joint or something like that. But he did the same thing. We gonna have to encourage Tank to read the community tab. Okay, we gonna get you. We're gonna pitch in and sit you down with a tutor to teach you to learn how to read. Because clearly Tank ain't been reading. Clearly he ain't read in 20 years. Because if you read, you would have knew all this. So yeah, he does got all that that money. He gonna tell everything. But I mean, Tom Brady's pretty much saying everything that I've been telling y'all. If the Falcons had drafted Caleb Williams, would you still have this same energy saying he a crybaby? Yeah. The fuck you mean? See, I think he don't know Madmike too well. I don't want my fucking quarterback crying on the fucking sideline. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck out of here. Ain't nothing I can do about it if the Falcons would have done it, but I don't want no fucking quarterback crying and shit. Wearing lip gloss and giving his offensive lineman hearts and shit. Like, no. Fuck no. I still would have supported him, but nah, that ain't my type of quarterback, son. Might as well put on a goddamn tutu on top of it, shit. Knowing him, that might be right around the corner. What you expect from a man named? Mm-hmm. It's like, absolutely. Just because we talk about a guy doesn't mean I'm not going to support him. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to root for his success. I don't want my quarterbacks wearing lip gloss, okay? I don't want my quarterback crying on the sidelines. That's just me. So, yeah. So we got we got we got to be honest with ourselves, man. Got to be honest with ourselves. I don't give a fuck about individual players like that. Okay, I don't. It's about the logo. It's about the love of the game. I can separate personal matters and actual football knowledge and the love of the game. I still don't want my quarterback wearing lip gloss. Okay, pink lip gloss and crying on the sidelines. I don't give a fuck what. Look, he can pass for 6,000 damn yards in the season. I still wouldn't want it. So that's just the truth of the matter. Me personally, I would have taken Jaden Daniels number one. That's just me, and there was even talks, but the media has, hyped him up to that level where he was regarded as the best quarterback coming out of the draft. To be honest, I thought it was Jaden Daniels. That's just me and what I saw. I think if Jaden Daniels learns how to protect themselves and a bit more, I think his throwing ability, along with Michael Penix, is a bit more superior than Caleb Williams. But the fact that Caleb Williams can move on the run, you can play him in the pocket. And I guess the style of offense that he's used to running, I think that gives him the heads up on a few guys. But like I said, me personally, I think Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, has better upside than Caleb Williams. But like I said, we'll see. So again, if everybody not used to how we do things at Atlanta Falcons Nation, Madmike Sportsman, it's all love. Don't take anything personal, because it's like I said, it's barbershop talk. This is a debate. We like to have a little fun, talk a little crap. So if you don't like to talk crap, if that's not your style, you want to sit up here and, have sports reporters dialogue, this ain't the channel for you. This is not the platform for you. We're going to talk about your mammy. We're going to talk about your shoes. We're going to talk about your clothes. We're going to talk about your play. We're going to do that around here. That's what we do. But it's all in good fun. And continue to support Your boy Madmike. Has been an hour and 30. Madmike in the morning. We have the end games on Atlanta Falcons Nation. So check out Juan. All right, Mr. Tactician. Check out his channel. Quite a few shorts coming in the last few days or so. He's had drops a few, so check out his channel as well. It's gonna be in the comment section of this video when we go. But again, man, truly appreciate everybody, man. Matt Ryan didn't even cry at the Super Bowl, but you got a grown ass man crying on the sideline because he threw an interception, and it was his fault. So, that's just me. I don't want my football players crying. The only time I want them crying is after you won the championship. I don't want to hear it's a real moment, and I don't seen this man crying way too much at USC for my liking. That's just me. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Like I said, I love quarterbacks. So if y'all got to take on a quarterback, you're gonna get a fair and honest take from me. Ain't gonna be no hate. It ain't gonna be solely hate. Okay, but I'm gonna tell the truth about it, good and bad. So, y'all got questions for that? That's all I got to say about that. Hit that subscribe button. Also, all right, the AFN Educator Fund, where we help students, help the teachers give back to the students, because a lot of the time these students don't have money to even get a snack in the morning. So if you guys want to donate to Atlanta Falcons Nation Educator Fund, right here we help give back to the students, where we're going to take a lot of not only material, but we're going to take snacks, we're going to take gift cards, all that types of stuff. We're going to give back to the community, give back to the teachers, give back to the kids, man, so they can be prepared for school, prepared to go to college in every way possible. So that's why you should subscribe here. That's why you should donate here. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Deuces. And I will do it on Should Do It Sanders. That's coming up.